Hi guys, this is Dave back with BTM Reviews. How's everybody doing today? Today I have Alex with me over here, and I have David over here. These are my two boys that I'm very proud of. This is our second time attempting drinking together for your enjoyment. And the last time it was very successful. A lot of people gave some nice comments, gave some nice super chats in the comments. It was very, very generous of anybody that did that for us. We're just novices. We're hanging out in my basement, trying bourbons and whiskeys. I bought some rum, guys. We're gonna taste rum. This is a Myers rum, finished in a Sazerac 18 barrel. We're gonna try that. We have this kind of rum. We have this Rolling Forks rum, aged 10 years, and it's 110 proof rum, toasted bourbon casks. Wow. So you know what those are, guys? Those are what we call sipping rums.
Oh, okay.
You're not going to put that in your freaking pineapple juice.
Or in a shot glass.
You're going to put that in a nice drink cup and sip on because it's legit. So we're going to do all those kind of things. People have asked us already, are you going to do like gin? Are you going to do scotch, which is, is a English and Irish thing. They do scotch.
I like gin.
I've never had gin in my life.
I like gin. I kind of like gin too. It's more of a recent thing. Someone turned me on to gin and tonics, and I was like, I can see the appeal now. I used to hate the taste of gin, but now it's not bad.
I have no idea. I'm 57 years old, never tried gin in my life. So somebody in my stream last night said, hey, make sure you get a good gin, which is like anything. You get a good anything, and it's always better, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
gin martini.
Right.
I think they're really good.
So tonight, let me push these bottles in a little closer, chat. I'm sorry. These are some bottles called Filmland Presents. On the this side right here, this is the bourbon. This is called Moonlight Mayhem, extended cut, of course. This is a cask strength bourbon whiskey, bottled at full proof, meaning this is 117.5% alcohol, proof, 58.7% or 0.75% alcohol. This is aged in American white oak, and this was aged in Kentucky. Now, they did not distill it. This is a MGP product, but I want you guys to appreciate the 50s aesthetic to the artwork. They're going for a whole theme here. These guys claim to be whiskey enthusiasts, movie buffs, and storytellers bringing people together. Yeah. Good for them. I hope after this we go watch a movie together and drink more bourbon. This is cask strength bourbon with cherries and chocolate on the nose and tongue, with a spectacularly creamy mouthfeel and an endless finish of cocoa, leather, and applewood. Enjoyed neat or with a drop of water, this special blend will transform werewolves and humans alike. Hey guys, if you're a werewolf and you want to get transformed back into a human, here's your bottle. This is a mash bill. Oh, we have the characters.
Oh, they have those too.
So this is a mash bill of 75% corn, 21% rye, and 4% malted barley. And it's featuring a number 4 char. I don't know the char scale. Number 4 sounds, if it's out of 5, it's high. If it's out of 10, it's like, yeah, okay. Let's see.
Relatively low.
Right. Like,
I was going to say, you think the higher the char, the darker the liquor, right?
Age matters.
It's age?
Age matters.
Okay.
Age matters quite a bit for the color.
The darkening.
Yeah.
It's the evaporation, right? So it's just...
Well, it's picking up the char off the barrels, right? Like they stick them in barrels for 8, 10, 12 years. And think about you produce a product You put it in a barrel and you say, in 12 years, we're going to come for you. What are you doing for 12 years?
Watching trees grow.
You're raising kids and all this stuff and fine. But you're raising bourbon at this point, right? Like and there's nothing you can do. You throw it in a barrel, you put it in a rick house, which is where they store these things. They let the climate affect the barrels. They say southern climates are better because of all the humidity and all that stuff. But again, it's a matter of opinion, right?
Yeah.
So, David, here is your bourbon. Alex, here is your bourbon. And here is my bourbon. And we will do our normal thing here as far as trying to figure out what the hell we're doing.
It's rather clear.
Okay, so automatically I smell cherry.
Yeah.
Definitely smell cherry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
But it's like a dark cherry. Like it's
a chocolate cherry.
It's a chocolate cherry, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's. I know it's 117 proof, but that ethanol is not killing me.
No.
It's
almost in the way of what I'm not getting. You know what I mean? Like
because
I'm almost got the taste, but the ethanol is like what I'm focused on.
Right.
It's just burning my nose. I guess it's
little sit to the nose hairs.
Yeah, but it does smell good. I mean, there's a lot going on in this bottle. I smell the cherry.
Definitely clear your nose if you're sick.
Speaking of which, chew.
Yeah, right. I know they do that.
And it is powerful.
I know they do with
smell.
wine.
Yeah, it is, right? But it's not like off-putting.
No, I can sit here and keep smelling it
and try and figure out what's in it, right? Like, do I smell the leather yet?
Do you know if bourbon tasters do the same thing like wine tasters do, where like they'll spin the glass and they look at the legs?
Now, I don't know about the legs thing. I've seen bourbon tasters do this with their glasses, just to try to give it a little bit more
rotation.
Yeah, especially a lot of bourbon reviewers will open a fresh bottle. And people will tell you, hey, a fresh bottle isn't the same as a bottle that you open and you go back and taste it 6 weeks later or a month later or whatever it is. Like, it hit the air, it changed.
Well, like this one, you had these sitting for like 15 minutes because it was
the shots. Sure. Yeah. But, here we go. So that's, I do like the smell. I got to say. Just based on the smell, I hope it tastes as good as the cherry and the chocolate.
Yeah, I think it does.
I think it tastes better than it smells.
Yeah,
but it is fire, dude. There, you can definitely tell it's 117 proof on David.
I was gonna say, like, with the taste.
Yeah, you can.
Are you impressed or not impressed by proof, David?
I guess I'm not like super impressed. I don't know. It's just like so spicy.
I was gonna say, it's like after tasting it, now I've got cinnamon with this chocolate and cherry.
But is it cinnamon or is it the burn?
I don't know.
Right? So on this sip, guys,
because I'm
still in this sip, focus on the center of your mouth, going from tongue to the back of your throat. Don't let it hit your cheeks and just feel it on your tongue. Don't take a big sip. Just take a sip and try to have your tongue pick up all the flavors and see what happens, because it's a different experience. I promise you. And, just a little bit. And you can feel every layer of flavor. Definitely, by the time you get back to the top, the back it's a creamy, chocolatey, buttery feel, right? Like,
Definitely.
wow.
I was gonna say when I keep myself from letting it hit my cheeks,
Yeah.
down in the gums, there's no burn.
There's no burn.
But even now, as I'm talking, I can still taste this creamy, chocolatey, cherry kind of flavor.
I did that, but
Open your eyes.
all that happened was my tongue was on fire.
That's
And
fine.
like
Okay.
that was really all I got, and like the taste of leather.
But that's one of the tastes that they say you should find in this bourbon. And
Yeah.
some people don't like that taste. Some people.
Well, it's not the leather that's like messing me up. It's just like how hot my tongue is.
Well, I think this is only our second video chat. I think we're finding out that David may not be a proof guy. Like, he might want some. He did enjoy the Woodford Reserve last week, which is 90 proof, right? You enjoyed that. This Green River is another 90 proof, and it's a wheated bourbon. So this Buffalo Trace, I think it's 90 proof. Yeah. So these are all things that you might find more enjoyable than 117 proof. It's fine. It's why everybody has a palate and why bourbon tastings are all an opinion. I can't give a review as a professional reviewer. I'm a taster. Like, yeah, it tastes good to me.
It smells better now.
It smells better after the taste. I didn't put any water in this yet.
No.
Wow. Like, you do the initial taste, you come back and you smell it, and you're like, I know what they're talking about.
You can actually smell like all the flavors, and now I can actually kind of taste all the flavors in my mouth.
Yeah, but that's why they call them sippers, David. You get an ounce of bourbon, you take that first drink, and you're like, yeah, bless America, I can't drink this. This is on fire. 10 minutes later, you take the other sip. You're like, kind of get it. Third drink, you're like, I'm going to buy that bottle.
Yeah.
Right?
I would need a couple of ounces.
Yeah. I'm going to buy that one. Fantastic. So,
Actually, remember to give myself a swig.
I'm going to give mine a little drop of water and see if what they say is true. You want to try some, Alex?
Yeah, I got it.
David,
Let me give it another taste without the.
Somebody's finding proof is valuable. Because I'm a proof guy. I love proof.
The proof is in the
High octane to me, I love it.
Yeah.
Because especially it makes you a cheap date.
Yeah, that's
Right?
a good one.
You drink 2 drinks of 117 proof alcohol, you're pretty good.
Yeah.
You're good for the night,
Date, outing, just hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just.
Instead of
It's
doing
not,
like
it's not
4
good.
shots.
The smell is really good, though. The smell is.
So,
is
but the
really
alcohol,
good.
don't
I'm gonna
do
give
the
myself-
drop if you don't think it's going to help you. But if you want to, go ahead.
Might as well try it.
The drop has enhanced the flavor, though. The drop, I can definitely smell more of the cherry that they're telling me,
Yes, definitely more fruity.
but also dirtier, like the leather, like,
Oh, the smell is
The leather
much
is like-
stronger.
right?
The leather's almost musty.
Yeah, like you can
Yeah.
definitely tell, like,
Someone just walked in from the rain,
mhm.
left their boots out, and it's definitely in the room.
Mm.
It's like I'm working at the leather factory.
And guys, like, don't feel like you have to finish it. Just take the next drink and tell the chat what you think, or the viewers what you think, and move on to the next tasting.
I think that Chris
Interesting.
just like teased me. It was like,
Interesting.
hey, it's hot. Just kidding. It just went
Yeah.
right away.
The water
Yeah.
Like made
That's what
the
happened to
front
me,
taste
too.
like cinnamon, like bubble gum, like right up front. But it lost all of its longevity.
Yeah, it just yanked it as it was going down my throat.
Yeah.
Like right down the back of the tongue, it just went from burning to
No
hey,
wa-
here's that clear,
Yeah.
nice.
No water for Filmland for me on the bourbon. The bourbon without water, to me, is better. But if you're not a proof guy, David's enjoying this more with the drop.
I mean, I guess it just didn't like.
It doesn't have any.
It just didn't burn.
Right.
But like, it did. I feel like it lost its flavor. Maybe I added too much water, but
I will say though,
it was like Alex said, just like quick burn and then like immediately going like instantly.
It has no
It was, like,
legs. No legs at all.
no, the longevity is gone, but the
Mhm.
flavors are almost stronger. It's like you want to leave it in your mouth before you fucking swallow it. Before you
It's
swallow
fine.
it because it's a bouquet. Like I'm getting cream, the chocolate, the cherry. You let it sit there. Oh, there's some leather. And then
Yeah.
it's right back to creaminess. It's nice.
No, I was about to say you can kind of hold it in your mouth and kind of swirl it around a little bit. You get quite a bit of good flavors on this.
So many good flavors, man, when you do it like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's great.
And it actually doesn't like immediately burn your mouth, so like you can sit there and like actually sit there and taste the
You
flavors.
think about it, David, you're going to drink like a tenth of an ounce. Just a little bit. Just get it in your mouth and taste it, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't drink this like you're drinking Mad Dog 2020.
No, yeah, I'm not chugging
Right.
this thing.
I don't know what Mad Dog 2020 is, but yeah.
Well,
What he said.
yeah. Or peach schnapps
Okay. there
with
we
your
go.
girlfriend after the prom.
But I mean, like,
Was peach schnapps, but
So, let me,
I don't know. I think I actually do kind of like it more with the water, but it's more of, I don't know, kind of like a swishing alcohol, I guess, that way.
it's a sipper.
Yeah,
That's what they call it. Like for you, I think that might last you an hour till you ask for your next drink.
It's like
Because you're fine. Like,
Yeah.
I get the taste. I'm fine. Let me have my conversation, smoke a cigar, whatever I'm doing with the
I
boys.
was gonna say it's like a cigar or like this is something I want to eat dinner with. I want a steak
Yeah.
and some like nice green veggies like Brussels sprouts, broccoli.
This might
That would
sound
be good with it.
strange, but I haven't had a drink of water in a while, and now my tongue kind of feels like leather.
Mm.
Not like
Okay.
in a bad way,
Right.
but honestly, like it just kind of like feels like leather. Not like it's like, I don't know how to describe it really.
Well, I think it's a matter of your taste buds are like, you know what? That's why they have the notes on there, David, because people have gone through it, they've done their tasting. You know what? This leathery feel or taste in my mouth drinking this. Like, cool. Like, that's great. And they can put that on the notes. But we do have the next bottle, guys.
Go ahead and set that down.
Yeah, the whole purpose of this was to compare Filmland's bourbon to the rye whiskey. Another cool label. This is small batch. This is 40 or 95% rye, 5% malted barley. And, spice or straight rye whiskey, complex and spicy, with cinnamon and cloves on the nose, mint and pepper on the tongue, and a long chocolatey finish with hints of oak. Enjoyed neat, on the rocks, or in a cocktail. Look, I think I paid $60 or $70 per bottle. This is my opinion. I am not mixing anything that costs me over $25 with another liquid. I better be able to drink it in a glass
By itself.
or with an ice cube,
Yeah.
but I don't need to mix it with something to make it taste better. And I don't need this to make that taste better because there's cheaper stuff to make it taste better.
Right. It's not like I'm getting a bunch of cheap vermouth and gin and making
Right.
a Long Island iced tea that tastes halfway decent.
Right.
I want to get this $70 bottle of whiskey.
And I
back
want
home.
to taste the alcohol. I want to taste what they're selling me.
Mhm.
I don't want to taste like what they're selling me, but if I enhance it with this, it's better. That's not. I'm not interested in that. I have this early times. See this bottle right here, guys? Early times. This bottle's like $25. It's 100 proof, which is 50% alcohol. To me, that's a mixer because I think it cost me less than $30.
Like this, you would throw in a martini shaker.
Like Jack and Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Jack and Coke is cheap.
Mhm.
So, but not this Jack. That's 12-year-old Jack.
Yeah.
That Jack is the ultimate sipper. Okay. So, and they just released their 14 year. I'm trying to find it so bad. So, chat, if you know where I can find the 14 year, I'll drive there to get it. But we're going to try this rye from Filmland and
Thank you.
see what we think. Again, this is only 94 proof, 47% alcohol. So, David, this might appeal to your palate more. Oh my goodness. Do you smell springtime?
Very fresh. Yes, I do.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you smell like
The Irish Hills.
the Irish Hills? Wow. Like,
Somewhere deep in the forest.
yeah. There's a lemon tree with cherries and chocolate hanging off of it. And you're like, oh my God, that's a lemon flavored chocolate berry.
And now with this one, I really don't think it's the ethanol. I
There's-
swear I smell the cinnamon.
Oh, there's,
It's not the ethanol in this. I
No.
can smell the cinnamon in here.
I can't wait to try it.
Grandma's house.
Yeah.
My goodness. Let's give it that little spin. Those smells are fantastic, Chad. Like,
I wish my room smelled like that. Or my car.
Weren't we talking about that in the last video? Why don't bourbon
right?
people get together with like Yankee Candle and make some amazing candles?
They might. I'm not looking at Yankee Candle anymore because I'd rather buy the bourbon than the freaking candle.
I know.
Because the candle is as much as the bourbon.
Yeah.
How would that be for us then? Just to take a little bit of bourbon and mix it with some wax. Just to light the candle on the nose.
Well, this company right here, Frey Ranch. This company, Frey Ranch.
Yeah.
They're a West Coast distiller and manufacturer of bourbon.
New money.
Well, they have scented candles.
Oh, good.
You know what? They're all sold out.
Oh, they are.
You can't find them.
Okay.
I looked. I had to order the Frey Ranch online because I can't find it in my local liquor stores, and about 3 different bottles.
Nice.
Again, I'm going to do that kind of stuff with you guys. I'll do the simple stuff by myself, but like having fun, like this is fun to me. I'm having a great time.
I have actually a
Yeah.
good time with this. It's fun to
That's-
try and figure out the
that's-
flavors of these.
Jesus Christ, it smells.
It does.
But it doesn't last.
Not very long.
It doesn't have a back end. Up front is great.
I was gonna say let it sit on your tongue for a while because like even now, pepper.
Oh, do you taste pepper, David?
I do actually. Yes.
Let me let it linger because I just did a pretty good just regular sip. So
I was about to say I like rinse my mouth with it almost. I didn't get my cheeks. I just kind of got like my teeth and like.
You smell it again too.
oh my God, I smell cinnamon. Or I feel cinnamon gum.
Yeah.
Peppercorns, but I don't feel anything on the back end, and I don't like that.
No.
It's not going to make me sit here and think, what is this about? This is about the upfront palate, not the back end palate. Whereas the other one was like,
It's a party from the beginning to the end.
It's like, what? And as for David,
It was.
he's like, I don't like this part.
It was like fire.
Like, I would rather.
Parties in hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Turn the AC on.
How do you like this? The proof is to your liking or not?
I like the flavor definitely, but like you said, it doesn't go anywhere. It's just it's there and it
That's
stops.
dangerous.
Yeah, it's like it's a shot to the heart, but
No,
after that,
That's dangerous.
it is.
I just took it straight back, didn't taste a damn thing, and no burn, and I think I could do that with the whole glass. I
Right.
really do. I think I get why people drink rye.
Well, it depends on the rye. Like
Probably won't burn until it gets in my stomach.
this rye right here is a 12-year rye. This Bullet Bourbon rye, it's 12-year. We could try that, and it'll be a completely different thing. But this is, you're right, it is scary. Because if you're just drinking one night and you're not trying to do the bourbon thing, you're just drinking with your bros,
yeah,
it's still 47% alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
You're under the table pretty quick if you do shots, right?
Yeah.
Even if I got a glass of this, I would lose track of how many glasses I've had. Like if I got a tumbler
Right.
at the bar,
Mm-hmm.
we're all just sitting there, and I got, Dave's drinking his gin
I'll take
martini,
another one. I'll
and
take
you're
another.
drinking
Yeah.
your bourbon. I'm like, oh, I'm on my third glass of rye already. Maybe I should stand up to feel how drunk I am.
But I will say though, that up front is great. The nose is wonderful.
I do like that, like Irish Hills, Irish Spring, almost like smell.
Lemon scent, like
Yeah,
even though it's like minty, that combination just gives you a feel of freshness. Like, ooh, this is going to be great. And it's really explosive on the front end of your palate. You're like, ooh, I like this.
Yeah.
But once like,
well, it's almost like it smells like
Teen Spirit
well,
from Nirvana.
That's good. Yeah. Well, it smells like nature, right?
Right.
It smells like an adventure. Like you're about to have an adventure, and the adventure that they give you is a little less.
Oh, exactly. Like, oh, like that front is like on fire. And you're like, oh, they killed all the kids. There's no more adventure.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Wow.
In Minecraft.
The party died. Yeah, in
Yeah,
Minecraft.
in Minecraft.
Honey, I killed the kids.
We killed
In
the
Minecraft.
We killed the bankers in Minecraft. It's okay.
Welcome to BPM Tastings.
The yummiest place on YouTube.
I swear, if you trap this on your tongue and shoot it back,
Nothing.
all you're really gonna get is some nice mint.
But
a bit of that.
But I
lemony
swear I could
freshness.
just drive around in my car and just smell this bottle all day. It smells so good.
Yeah.
That should be a candle. That one should definitely be a candle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's no.
I mean, it should definitely just be a wrap too, because the glass is almost done.
But I'm going to tell you this. If I find these bottles again, I'm going to buy backups for both and go to them once in a while because they're good bottles.
Well, they both have very unique flavors. Like,
right.
and they were both kind of explosive in the same ways. Not the same ways, in like different ways.
Right.
Oh yeah. I was gonna say this rye is like venturing more on the like extremes of mint and cinnamon, while the other one was focusing more on like velvety, creamy.
And that's
Let
why
me get
people
this
like
some-
ryes. People like ryes because of the attack on their senses.
Okay.
And people like bourbons because they like that.
That's
I'm going to
that
smoke
long-
a cigar.
That long, lingering
Yeah.
taste. Of,
I know what I should be expecting from a nice bourbon. Like I have a
I was gonna say Buffalo Trace is great.
You know, honestly,
yeah, but that's a very inexpensive bottle of bourbon with a lot of flavor.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but like this is from the same company, right? This is a Pappy Van Winkle 20-year-old. It's 20 years old. This bottle is what it is. But where's the proof? So it's this. Okay, so think about this. This is a 20-year-old bottle of bourbon aged in barrels. and it's 90 proof.
Yeah.
There's no way. This should be like 150.
So it was relatively light when it went in.
No, they watered it down to get more bottles out of barrel. Like evaporation's a thing.
Oh, yeah.
So when you have something aging in a barrel for 20 years,
You're gonna lose like a third of it.
oh no, you're losing 2/3 minimum.
Okay.
It's gone. Like, and then when they put it out, some stores want $4,000 for this bottle of bourbon.
Believe it.
This single bottle.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. And it's a thing. But I have it like they have cigar blend. I have a Joseph Magnus somewhere. Cigar blend. So imagine you're a cigar smoker and you have that bourbon with this. You're like, cool. This rye is like you're trying to get the girl drunk in the car.
Yeah.
It tastes good. It doesn't kill you. You can like.
Well, it's that effect of like you keep wanting more,
Right.
Because there's no linger,
Right.
So you just keep coming.
It doesn't
back to the
hurt.
glass.
Right. So you're like, oh, I finally got her in the back seat.
Yeah,
Thank
with
God.
sipping it.
Now
it
what do
got
I
better,
do
yeah.
when she's in the back seat? I get in my car and drive her home because I don't know how to handle this girl.
Yeah, I don't know how to handle
Right.
the situation.
I'm going home. So, David,
I think that both of those would be a lot better if they were aged, though, honestly.
the bourbons
Yeah.
and the rye.
Yeah.
Well, I don't.
feel like the rye would have a lot more of a linger on it if it was
Older.
aged. Yeah.
So I don't know if they give any age on this bourbon at all because this is again, chat.
It had it like
This is a.
interesting.
This
It had it,
is
like in the bottom corner somewhere on the one bottle. So I wonder if they do the same thing with every bottle.
no. It depends on who it is.
I was gonna say that Peppy Van Winkle had the 20-year like right at the bottom.
Well, yeah, because they're proud of it being 20 years old.
That's true.
So a lot of like, I'm going to say this is probably 4 years just based on the color. David, colors matter. See how dark that is?
Yes.
In
I
chat.
just looked. I didn't see it. At least.
So it's a minimum of, I would say probably a minimum of 4 years, but could be 5 or 6 year. Let's see here. This is a 13 year right here. This is a Russell's Reserve 13 year. This sat in a barrel for 13 years, David.
Oh yeah, that's dark. You can like barely see.
That's chocolate milk,
You can
right?
barely see through it.
right? So this is nothing compared to that. If you just look at the bottom of the bottle,
Yeah, that's like
you can't see through the Russells, but you can definitely see through that.
I was gonna say, so this would be like maybe like 3, maybe 4 years old.
Yeah.
But it's also rye, so it's not gonna be as dark because it doesn't have all that corn in it, too.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Sorry, I'm just talking.
I'm just yapping.
Yeah, I'm just yapping.
So,
Fine.
like, I have that 20-year Pappy, or,
The watered down Peppy.
it's fine. But look at this, look at this double oak. Like, that looks like caramel. Like that looks like a cup of coffee.
No, that looks like a
Yeah.
bottle of syrup.
That's a,
If it wasn't as like viscous of a liquid, I would imagine it's syrup.
and this is a Peerless.
like how Kraken.
This is a
like,
Peerless
motor oil.
double oak rye whiskey. But again, I don't know if it gets an age statement. Now, you know how they cheat on color?
Do they use dye?
Small barrels. So like a 53-gallon barrel
Okay.
is normal.
So they cut it down.
They cut it down to like 20. Oh, the char's a lot more active, right? It makes
like
your
square space
Yeah.
of the liquid.
right.
Okay.
So they cheat. So
That's smart though.
it's not because you're lying to your customers. Don't tell me that 2-year-old bourbon or 3-year-old bourbon is as good as a 7 or 8-year-old based on color. Because a lot of guys,
They're not aging like 20 years in a 20
No,
gallon.
they're saying
aging
it's-
it for like 10 and saying it's 20.
no, they're aging it for 2 with this dark color, but they're not telling you it's a small barrel. So you're going, ooh, that color looks awesome. Like,
Okay, so like these ones are saying prominently we're small batches of bourbon, small batch.
well,
rye.
they're saying that they don't distill. They purchase from somebody, and then they add it to different barrels to give it the flavor they want, which is fine. That's what bourbon is.
So
Like, I could do it today. I could call a the distillery. Can I buy a barrel? Yeah, dude, it's $800. They send me the barrel. I buy a bunch of freaking
Stickers.
Buffalo Trace, or I buy a bunch of Jack Daniels and start pouring it in the barrel. My chat leaves me super chats, or they send me bourbon, and I just keep pouring it in the barrel.
Okay.
And then after a while, the barrel's full, it's aged, and you start selling those to your customers as your own brand because it's different.
Because you just buy this empty barrel.
Barrel.
Yeah. You're kind of
So here's
using
the
their flavors.
Here's the thing with bourbon. One barrel, and it's over. They can't use the same barrel over again.
That makes sense.
It does.
It's not, even if you wanted to recreate the same flavor, it's almost impossible because it's been so aged.
So there's single barrels out there, right? Like you buy a single barrel bourbon. Okay, so I buy this single barrel bourbon, and you're like, sorry, David. That was the best single barrel bourbon I ever had. And you go next week and you buy the single barrel bourbon of the same thing.
It's
Different barrel, dude.
The worst thing you ever had.
It's a different barrel. Every barrel has its own characteristics.
Yeah.
So, you just have to.
It would be crazy to get into that kind of research. But like, who made the barrel? Where did the wood come from? Like, what country? How did it get shipped? By boat or by
You
plane?
think it was
Are
crazy?
any of the three
Just go down to Louisville or go down to Kentucky and
or
find a job.
Nebraska and go.
No, go to Kentucky and find a job at a distillery, and you'll find out how it works. It's unbelievable. When you take the tours, and you know what, me and you will go on a weekly trip or a week trip through distilleries in Kentucky, and you guys will be like, "What the hell? This is how they make this stuff? It's crazy." So,
I was gonna say, Mom, who doesn't even really like whiskey, bourbon, rye, had a
Enjoyed the
really
tours.
great time,
right,
doing all that stuff
exactly. So,
because they had a lot to teach you.
well, I had a lot to learn.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they
right.
had a lot to say about
So-
their process.
So, one more thing before we go. David is not a huge fan of proof. We found that out. But he is I think he likes ryes because of the minty and the different flavors that are thrown in your face. Like you get to figure it out, right? Like,
But I mean, it's not that I didn't like that one. I definitely didn't like it at first. But once I added the water to it, and then I gave it like a little swill in my mouth,
at a little time.
yeah, it just like I just like tried to drink it too fast or something. But it was just like it was. So
Or you like
spicy.
trying to figure it out for the video because we're on a time limit. Like, oh, let me take this, and I get it. Like,
A
yeah.
little stress.
I mean, it's
Exactly
just.
right.
I mean, it was just like it was so spicy though. I could not like really like breathe almost like when I first took the drink.
The bourbon.
But
Okay.
then I added the water, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I can do this because it's not like scorching my mouth.
So that's your cup, right? Is that your?
Yes,
That's your rye.
that's my rye. Yeah, that's my.
That's your bourbon. All right. So
That's my bourbon.
You got to mix
Back there.
that's your bourbon.
Yeah.
That's your rye.
And I drank that.
This is my rye or bourbon, right?
I
So
want to say it's your rye. That doesn't matter now.
it's all one part. So
yeah,
So that's a,
David, mix yours.
it's like one of my scoutmasters used to say. It's all going to the same place.
That's what my grandpa used to say.
Yeah.
As we're eating dinner,
That's the same.
That's,
We'd
what,
be eating
that's what
dinner.
you guys.
and it's disgusting.
He's
what they
mixing
do.
mashed
Yeah, it's
potatoes with
disgusting.
meatloaf
Yeah.
and peas, and it's like, what are you doing?
Chili dogs. With, stop, dude. Stop. That's my grandpa used to do to me.
That's
So-
what you guys say to me. When I eat.
Yeah, because you're
When you eat a
retarded.
horror movie.
Yeah. Put yours down. I'm going to give you this before we check out. So this is a Buffalo Trace product. This is called Stag. All right, David. This is 137 proof.
All right.
That 117 proof was crushing you, right?
Yeah.
So chat. This is
It's a
Stag.
higher.
This is a Stag. 137 proof, 68.8% alcohol. This is a Benny's pick in Illinois. And I'm going to give my boys a chance to try this, especially David, because, the proof messed with them because last week we did a 90 proof Woodford double oak. I'm not going to give him too much because this bottle is like a car payment. Just saying. So you try that.
Just saying.
I'm just saying, like,
That's true.
yeah. That's an exaggeration, of course.
I know.
It's a $200 bottle on a good day. That's all I'm saying.
That is a car payment for some people.
Is that enough for you?
That's plenty.
All right. So I'm going to go with mine. Now, smell that, though. This is Buffalo Trace. They don't mess around, dude.
And I already do like Buffalo Trace. He got me onto it the last time we went to a liquor store together. I got a bottle for myself.
The flavors are incredibly well-rounded with Buffalo Trace.
Yes, there's. I gotta agree with you there. There's like no mistaking what you're tasting.
It's like
With the Buffalo Trace,
I smell like wood and almost like fruit.
right away. Yeah,
Like
Fruit is their biggest thing. People taste a
That's almost like the smell of like
the
wine.
$29 bottle of Buffalo Trace behind you, David.
Yeah.
And the George T. Stag, you're gonna still smell the fruit.
Mhm.
Okay, that's their thing.
I agree with David too. Right off the bat,
I just
a
don't
whole
know
bunch
what-
of oak
Right.
off the bat.
Like
or
it's
some
like
kind of.
it's
wood.
like wood, like
Yes.
maybe like applewood almost,
Well, we can.
and then like more fruit because it still smells fruity. Like that wood smells like fruit.
Well,
let's
wood,
let's
and then
read
fruit.
this.
You know, like
Like
George
walking
T.
into the
Stagg
woods.
was born in
you
Kentucky
feel
on
down.
December 19th, 1835. Stagg built the most dominant American distillery of the 19th century on the banks of the Kentucky River during a time known as the Gilded Age of Bourbon. The distillery survived floods, fires, droughts, and even prohibition when it made whiskey for medical purposes. Today, Buffalo Trace Distillery strives to carry on the tradition of its famous forefather. What did I say? Uncut and unfiltered. This robust bourbon whiskey ages for nearly a decade, so it's at least 10 years old, and boasts the bold character that is reminiscent of the man himself. So, again, we're talking about 137 proof, and we're not blown away with ethanol. Are you guys like going, well,
I don't have like the nose burn.
None.
There's like no. I just like I'm saying. I just smell like that, like
It's
earthy, woodsy, and then like
Fruity.
fruit.
Yeah.
Like, and then it's just like you're walking into like I don't know, like a lemon orchard,
right?
a tree orchard, and like raspberry bushes everywhere in all directions.
Mm,
I'm enjoying this quite a bit.
yes.
It's giving my brain a very nice buzz without even needing to take a drink.
I want this one to be a candle. This one should be how my room smells. It's almost like a wine.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Because
heaven.
fruit on.
Like, oh my
It's
god.
like heaven.
Heaven. I'm in heaven. Like, how good is this, guys?
Very good.
See, I have that.
So,
I have
like-
that burn again, but it's not unbearable.
Mhm.
Sorry.
It's a front burn for me. Like, I get it on
I
the
get
front
it. I
side.
get it front, and like I have it down here as well.
As I say, I just had it like rotating, swishing around my mouth.
That's what
no
I-
burn at all. And then
Okay.
as soon as it started going down my back end,
Gone.
burn.
That's what. Yeah, that's
No,
burn.
that's,
Oh.
Burn started as
that's
soon as
when
it started to
I had.
go.
That's when I had all the
But
burns.
right
It's like
now-
as I was swishing it,
So
I was
we're-
getting like those fruits.
We're 40 seconds into the tasting. All I can taste is wonderful fruits in my mouth right now. Like, oh my god. Like,
Right on my tongue.
yeah, right at the
Yeah.
front end. Like, holy heck, man.
I have like the wood flavor in my mouth.
Yes.
And the fruit is more like my breath. Like my breath.
And
smells
do you like it?
I do like that. That's very nice.
It's
even with the high proof, it's
the high
it's
proof
not
for
like,
this is different than the high proof for the other
Yeah,
one, right?
I just wasn't like, oh, like
Smell
so.
it again.
Oh, God.
I got better.
It's like
I
vanilla
can smell
and
it.
fruit all
Yeah.
together at once.
You
There's
can-
no
you-
more like transition. It's
No.
all at the same time.
And there's no ethanol left. Like, it's gone.
I
Yeah, no, I
honestly
agree.
didn't get the ethanol before I tasted it. Like it was.
I was getting a
the
little,
woods,
but now
it
it's
was
like.
but it's all of those flavors at the same time. They're just
Hence
layered on top
why
of each other.
Buffalo Trace.
No, that's
They got their spit together. They know what they're doing.
Their spit.
another.
So would you drink that, David? Would you give that to your girlfriend and say, "Hey, try this because it's really good," right? Now you just finished that off. Do you feel chocolate notes going down at the end now? The burn is burning because I have the little burn too, but I feel like dark chocolate
It's
right now,
actually
like
toasted chocolate.
dark toasted chocolate. Like,
Yep.
oof.
I'm getting the bitterness of a dark chocolate.
And a
Definitely.
10-year-old charred barrel.
Definitely.
Yes.
And again, I hate to say it, leather. I swear, I'm
You
getting the
shouldn't
leather.
hate it though.
No, I'm getting the leather feel on my tongue
Mhm.
again. And I don't know if that's because of the amount of alcohol or just what they intended to happen.
But just think though, like David with that 117 was like, oof. Now he's like, yeah, I'm in love.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
like,
I'm sitting here rubbing my chin like, how am I gonna get more?
Well, just
Look,
ask.
Rand,
I'll
I'm
give
on
you.
there.
I'll give you half an ounce.
Oh no, just a smidge.
that's what half an ounce is.
Just a smidge.
Is that good? Or a little
Is
more?
it a half an ounce?
Yeah,
Oh.
I'd say an ounce is like a second pour. Now it's like an ounce and a half.
You lying to me?
Yeah, he's lying to you.
That's why I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here.
It's totally a second ounce ratio for when you're pouring a bottle into a glass.
You know, I have like.
But he went like
I mean,
he like put like a drop into
I
it.
put a drop.
That's why I was like, is that an ounce? Is that a half ounce?
Okay, so let's get. Okay, that's here.
Okay, unfortunately, Buffalo Trace wins against these two, but
That's not what we're here for. Like,
exactly.
So, would you recommend what we tasted tonight with Rise of the Robots and Midnight Mayhem?
I would recommend that the rye be like I'm going out and I am intending to get a little drunk. Like I'm wanting to get loose and hang out with my friends, girlfriend, whatever, and just be able to relax. Because
Okay.
I'm going to be drinking a little bit more. I'm not the designated driver.
And there's no like, oh, I feel like crap because of bourbon or the alcohol tastes like crap, right?
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get as much gut rot or like just that logy feeling from a rye as much as I would from this bourbon because of the way it tasted.
Okay, but not thinking about your 20-year-old angst for having,
Mhm.
relations with women.
Yeah.
Would you recommend the bourbon for a nice sipper when you're sitting around your
Definitely.
fireplace
That's what I was
in
getting
summer
to.
with your
Is that
guys?
the bourbon is
Yeah,
a social drink.
right.
It's not a let's go get drunk. It's a
Right.
let's sit down and just relax.
And David?
If you're like me, I would suggest putting a little bit of water into the bourbon before you sit down and relax it and drink it and enjoy it.
It does enhance it, right? For sure.
For me, it definitely did because I could not really handle it without the water. But the rye, it was so fresh. It was so fresh. It was like drinking summertime tea,
Mhm.
like sitting at grandma's house, like reminiscing about childhood in the forest or something.
So
like
if you
that.
were in a liquor store and you saw that bottle, you'd pick it up, right?
The rye, 100%,
Yeah.
110%.
Honestly, just based on the art alone, I'd pick it
Uh,
up. Without knowing the
For the
taste.
interest, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
but like now knowing the flavor, if I saw that again, I would totally pick that.
And
up.
and you think your girlfriend would like it too? She's like, "Ooh, this is good." Like,
No, yeah.
Yeah.
She would probably drink more than I would.
well, the depth
But
isn't that great. Like,
no, but it's quick. It's like
Right.
I can drink some, and I can drink some more. Like I've waited 45 seconds. I can have another sip. like,
trap.
yeah, exactly. And then you're like 2 glasses in, and you're like, oh my god, what
Did I
happened
bring
to
my
me?
friends to go to the bar tonight? Because I don't know where I'm at. Now, the real question between both of you is this better than both combined?
Obviously.
Not even a competition,
It's
right?
not a competition.
It's ridiculous,
I'm
right?
actually intimidated by this
So fruity.
because it is such a high alcohol content, but it's so easy.
Dude,
It is so easy to drink. Like I
This-
would recommend this
It's
to a
scary.
novice entirely on bourbon. And
this
whiskey.
could kill you.
Oh yeah.
It's scary.
Yes, like this could kill you.
Like if
oh,
the three of us got together and just sat down and watched a couple movies, like a marathon, we'd be effed up beyond belief in the morning time.
we might be dead.
Yeah.
Because I have 2 more bottles.
That's the problem.
This is the second bottle.
Well, my other 2 bottles are so disappointing though because they're like 133 and 132 proof. I'm like, well,
Maybe we'd start to wean off.
but that's the purpose of each barrel.
Yeah, like the single barrel.
Each barrel has different proof levels.
Yeah,
See,
I what you were saying. The
Okay, so
characteristic
let
of-
me ask you a question. I was going to ask you this earlier.
Mhm.
You had a problem with them like saying that the single barrels when they're small barrels.
Yes.
Batch.
Mhm.
What if you said they have a problem when they don't announce that they're small batch? What if they announce?
No, not
that
small
they're
batch. There's a lot of small batch.
barrels.
Small barrels.
is
They
what I
don't.
mean.
They never announce it.
But if they did,
I wouldn't buy it.
would you have a problem with them still?
Yes.
If they on the bottle
Yes.
were like,
because
I am a
they're
small
trying
batch.
to get to the front without doing the work.
It's the difference though, because you're confusing small batch with small barrel.
No,
I can have a bunch of big
No, I'm,
No,
no,
I know
I'm
what you're
using
saying.
the
I know
wrong.
what
I'm
you're
using the wrong. word.
Right.
Yeah.
So if it it'd be like they're cheating because when you use small barrels, you get darker color. So when I go to the liquor store and there's a company out there called Austin something, and they actually say aged at least 2 years. So as a bourbon drinker, you go, well, should I give this guy my money? I know his bourbon's only aged 2 years, but I want to see him be successful. Like they're indie at this point. Like they're on the indie scene.
Yeah.
And you look at the bottle and you're like, "Ooh, that's pretty clear." But hey, maybe it's good. Or maybe it's not. But at least you buy that bottle and they get to go to 3 years. And they get to go to 4 years. And now you're like, ooh, look at the color, right?
Mm-hmm. And check out the flavor.
But when you make that stuff in small barrels and you're trying to present it as aged whiskey or bourbon, that's a problem to me.
Okay.
Because
Let me
your
ask
problem
you a
with it-
question.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if they were like, actually, were this? They were aged 10 years in a small barrel, and they
It
said,
tastes like shit.
and would it?
Yes.
Would it? Why?
Because the barrels are so small, all you would pick up is the char.
Yeah.
That's why they make
Because
the
the
barrels big.
evaporation rate, right?
That's why
Yeah.
they need the barrels
Yeah.
so big.
So they make the barrels.
Okay,
they
so-
make the
so
barrels
small-
small to cheat, to let these small guys look like they're.
Because
They're
that's your
just
problem with it,
colorized,
right?
right?
Is that like in this small barrel, you can get away with aging it for 3 years, and it passes itself off as a 10-year.
Well, then what's the
You don't put any age on the bottle,
Right.
And so you're an experienced bourbon drinker. You can recognize color.
What's the
Look at
You're like,
this.
this has got to be like a 10 or 8 years,
This is aged 211 months,
which
18 years.
Yeah.
Can you see through that?
not very well.
There's not even another side to this bottle.
I mean,
I
that
can't
other
even
one
see
you
the
sh- I mean,
artwork
honestly,
on the wall.
Look at that.
Yeah,
I mean, the
can't.
other one you
I
showed
can't
us
see
was
Bart
darker,
on the
though.
wall. I can't see the Coke on the wall.
Yeah.
I can't read
Maybe.
anything.
I feel like
But-
the other one you showed us was darker. I could see through that one.
I'm going to tell you is, I've drank this before. Hardin's Creek. Oh, the Stag.
No,
the Stag.
It's not the stag. I don't
The
think.
Stag. Oh, they're both dark.
Yeah,
Like it's like.
I mean, the stag. Like, you
Stag
can
is
see
dark.
through it.
Right.
You can see through it,
However, though, like I'm going to tell you this Hardin's Creek. It's a Jim Beam product.
Oh, really?
yeah. Jim Bain.
So
Is it?
It's so expensive. Like
Oh yeah. Like
see James Beam.
Carpaven expensive.
Yeah, but look at the cool top. Like there's your leather. Like look at that. Like you get to take the leather top off. But this Hardin's Creek, if you can find the 211 month, I'd buy it at Denny's, and they don't mark it up.
The price.
They don't mark it up. It's like one per customer, and they got like 10 bottles. I'm like, fuck. And then my wife buys one, I buy one, so we get two. But I've drank a couple bottles of these. It's fantastic. It's 18 years old. Like that's the oldest bourbon I've ever drank because I'm not going to open my 20-year-old fucking pappy. That's $4,000.
Right.
That's y'all's
Inheritance.
inheritance.
I bequeath.
I bequeath to Edward all my bourbon.
He's like 14. The whole fucking
Slam
shelf.
all of it the day he
Exactly.
turned 21.
That'd be a really interesting 21st.
Are you-
birthday.
So I'm definitely going to recommend Filmland products.
I would, yes.
I would too, yes.
Yes.
100%.
100%.
Especially for the price. What, $60 a bottle?
Well, some people, that's expensive to a lot of people. That's not like there's $25 bourbons and whiskeys that people are happy with every day.
Yeah, but you could do a lot worse for $60.
For sure.
You could do a
Yes.
lot worse for $60.
But
And they're both.
I think the guys that made this, they're on the right path. And I hope they continue to make different stuff because they're both good. The rye, it's not as high as proof as the bourbon. And you know what? You can tell the difference. There's an actual, there's no long lasting note.
I just thought of a really good metaphor for the rye.
Yeah.
The whole tasting of it. It's like an appetizer.
Yep.
You want a bunch of appetizers, but it's never going to fill you up until it's too late.
Until
And
it's
you're
like,
sick.
oh no, I ate all the
Right.
nachos and cheese dip.
Well, I ate like 8 orders of
Yeah.
nachos and cheese dip,
Yeah.
and now I'm sick inside. And
And I
here's my
still
dinner.
got my entree.
Right, and here comes
But
my.
Put in a box.
I had that happen the other day. She ordered half a pound of light chicken, and between her salad and the fried mushrooms and the fried cauliflower she got, she's like, "Can you just pack it up for me?" I'm like, yeah, sure, why not?
So she just ruined her whole meal.
Her whole meal,
And her
on-
review will be terrible.
No.
No, I'm just saying, oh, the food was cold. Yeah, because you drove it home, bitch.
I mean, it's not as bad as the guy who had his 2 glasses of Jack and Coke, and he's like, "Hey, can you put this in styrofoam cups for me?" No, why not?
It's illegal.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we won't tell anybody. I will, because if you go home, get into an accident with your wife, I'm liable, dude. You understand that? Like, I'm screwed. Then he tried to get a busser who's like 16 to back it up for him.
Sure.
And I get over there, I'm like, dude, seriously, cut it out. Like, either drink it or don't. It's not that hard.
Stop
Tell
buying
me
Jack and Cokes at the restaurant where they're $20 when you can buy the bottle for 20 and Jack and Coke for
gas
$5.
station. Exactly.
Yeah.
Buy a 2 liter for 2 or 3.
It just was one of those things where I'm like, come on, grow up.
Grow the hell up. So, audience, this has gone way longer than it should. We're an hour into a bourbon tasting. I think as well as these are going, I think our chemistry is really good. Let him talk. The chat knows who we are. I think we might start doing Monday night live streams of bourbon tasting. So you guys can come in here and comment, tell us how fat we are, how stupid we are.
My big juice.
Yeah. Getting jiggy with it.
Yeah.
How my Talala looks.
Yeah, and tell us, hey, but I think going forward we might do that because I don't really want to stop having this conversation right now. I really don't. So I do thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. The channel name is going to actually change from BTM Reviews pretty soon. I'm going to just do a straight bourbon channel. I'll let y'all know when I create that channel because the other stuff is not what bourbon people care about. They just want to watch bourbon reviews. They don't care about Air July or whatever we're talking about. So we'll get that situated pretty soon. I have come up with a logo, and pretty soon me and the boys will be wearing shirts or hoodies with the BTM tastings, not BTM reviews, but BTM tastings. Because
That's the secondary.
I like BT
Yeah,
things better
because
than
I'm not a
reviews.
reviewer. I'm a taster, and I go, yeah, I would buy it or not. That's what.
And it's like you're tasting the toy, you're tasting the media.
Right.
I like that. That's
Yeah.
good.
So
So
get 3.
It's not like I'm
opinions of
pretentious.
regular Joes.
right, 3 guys.
I'm not a pretentious bubble by saying I'm a reviewer. I'm just a
No,
taster.
I'm a
This is my
taster.
opinion.
It's what I think. And most of the time, I like everything.
It's really bad. I do end up liking everything just because I had a good time.
Well, not only that, I think the effort is worth a lot of value.
Yeah.
Like either way, chat. I'm gonna end this video, and I think we'll probably do more of these, and we're gonna do live stream. I think Monday Night Live with BTM tastings is going to be a thing starting really quick, and we're going to see sober boys turn to drunk boys like their dad.
Fast.
And we'll have some fun with the chat because the chat loves making fun of me.
Yeah.
And they'll make fun of y'all too.
Well, that's good.
They'll tell you both to get a fucking haircut or grow a mullet.
I've been playing Call of Duty since I was like.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So
Nobody cares.
definitely make sure to call you a fag.
Yeah.
No, you know what I mean? Like,
fucking homo.
Yeah.
well, I've been playing Xbox since like 10th.
You stuck at the house to play Pokemon, dude.
No,
what the fuck?
You did.
And I defended you.
When was that?
With Robert.
I don't know.
You had the DS. You're both on the porch, and Mrs. Costain comes out and fucking
Dude.
chews both of you out.
No. They came to our house.
Did you end it?
No.
No, I didn't.
Now, the chat's going to know who you are, you son of a bitch. Guys, please buy Filmland if you find it. It's not that much, and you'll actually appreciate it. And if you see a bottle of this for less than $150, pick it up. The Stag. Pick it up. Other than, not funny, David or Alex. Now I'm going to have to edit that.
It'll be fine. I'm getting a kick out of it. They love us. You already told us that. They love to make fun of us.
Wow. Loving us and making fun of us are two different sentences. All right.
They equal the same thing, right?
Thanks, guys. Good night.